Okay, August 3rd. A couple things I want to cover today. The first being that in 1883, Congress passed the first immigration bill. So for the first time in our nation's history, we had a bill that said, "This is what immigration policies are. This is what who can and can't come in, and what the requirements were." This is different than the Chinese Exclusion Act, which we'll talk about later. But this one specifically was around immigration generally. It was signed into law today by Chester Arthur in 1883. The next thing that happened today, and I kind of covered this yesterday, but in 1923, Calvin Coolidge becomes president after the death of Warren Harding. The reason I bring it up again today is because the interesting thing was he was in Vermont at his family home when he found out that Harding had died, and he was woken up in the middle of the night. His father swore him in because his father was a justice of the peace. So his father issued the oath of, or give him the oath of office. But when he got back to Washington, D.C., he needed to retake the oath because there was a lot of belief that a state official or a local official can't swear in a federal office holder. So he went ahead and retook the oath of office when he got back to Washington, D.C. The last thing I wanted to cover today was in 1948, during kind of the height or the beginnings of the Red Scare in the United States with the communists. Alger, who was a former State Department official in the FDR administration, was accused of being a communist. Ultimately, he would go on trial, and in 1950 was convicted and spent 44 months in jail. His whole life, he denied the claims, but again, he was convicted today, or he's accused today in 1948. So that's what I've got for you today. I'll see you tomorrow.